Hello. Hey, we got a few items from Michael talking about Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. And we know October's a big month. Got something from Truth Unveiled or something like that. I follow very few now. I still like to follow some for their narratives. Angel White is blowing it up. They're very short, but they're interesting. Make sure you catch all of them. The AI site. Um, in Naked Gun, Reggie Jackson was programmed to kill the queen. There's that number 44. There's your City of Angels, the Fallen Angels, the Lakers, the Lake of Fire. The movie came out in 1988. Good stuff, Michael. Um, Reggie Jackson becoming Mr. October. Then he sent me his birthday. I don't know what Reggie Jackson progresses to, but we can sure check it out. Hey, Bible study popped up. Well, today's Bible study is 22-614 on 9/11. Go figure. Nah. Um, and it's just fascinating, this whole 9/11. Nothing's going to happen. 9/14 begins to grow for me. 9/15. Um, Reggie Jackson was born right before Trumpy, just days before, not even a full month, May 18th to June 14th. It's about 4 days, less than a month, almost a month. So Reggie Jackson is currently in the 753 progressions. 27875, 27875 divided by 37. You see the 753? Well, Trump's going to get there if he's not already. I don't guess he would be yet, would he? When he enters that 753, is that the 753 that we are looking for and waiting for? And will it hit on a no time to die? Because a lot of these, when you divide them by 37, they are 24324, which was the exact length of no time to die. So like if I say 27874, two seven eight seven three. There it is. Y'all see the 24324? That's the length of no time to die. When is Trump going to be that old? 753 on the clock and the clock of no time to die. These are rotations. When is Trump going to be 27873 days old? When is Trump going to be? That might be our day. Golly, how weird is that? So it's going to be in Rocktober, isn't it? Let's see where he lands on my day, October 7th. It would be the day before. 27873. Trump's going to be 753. Clock, click, tick, tock, tick, tock. Back to the Future. 24324. Now it starts repeating itself. 324, 324, 324. So really it's 753. Another way to look at it, times 324. It's kind of how I've done it. And you actually get the length of no time to die, 243. I don't know. That's just an interesting day. This Thor day, October 6th, isn't it? Does he get hit that day and die on the 7th? And then rise on the third day on the full moon of the 9th? And it's just numbers. It's interesting. It's what I do. It's what I've been called to do, obviously. We're playing three-dimensional chess with fallen angels. So guess who's winning that one? We're getting crushed. But that's okay. Anyway, let me figure out where Reggie Jackson progresses to. Mr. October progresses to October 4th, which would, if Trump goes down on October 2nd, he rises till Tuesday on October 4th. So that's pretty interesting. I think I'm just going to put that in by itself. I don't think I'm going to keep progressing him because October is really the only thing Reggie Jackson's about. So what we would do is we would go to October 4th and blacken it out. Make it a one-time cipher. Put it in the white. And just say, G. Jackson, Mr. October. And see, when Trump would rise, that would be when he becomes Mr. October because he's in play. He is the sledgehammer. He now comes, well, he is man. It's Satan. Satan is now man. Just like God became man in the flesh, Trump will now be Satan in the flesh. His body's taken over. His body is being used as an avatar. So, and that's his transformation that they show you in iPet Goat. Through the technology, I guess he's uploaded. Today, September 11th, the Great Conjunction. One of the blood moons, total lunars of the four tetrads, 2014, 2015. Partial lunar, 2021. Dog days are over, Florence and the Machine. Birdman release date, A Girl Cut in Two, 1961, annular solar, condo collapse. Condo collapse, 9/11. Hey, it's possible. It's possible, not probable. So we'll sit with that. I started thinking about days like iPet Goat in the middle. The Day of the Dead is at the 343 mark, and day 343 is December 9th. So I started thinking, what if it's like Tenet and he goes backwards in time and rises on the full moon? 2 days previous, because he is like the movie Tenet, he is moving backwards through time. Very strange hunch, very much a reach, but showed a little fake football here. Big tell for October 7th. That was nice. Because it was 300. This is weird because I was just thinking the middle firefighters. Here's the 343 popping up again. Firefighters.
In the final tally, 343 firefighters never returned that morning.
And of course, so 343 is dead middle center of iPet Goat. And that's when Day of the Dead springs out. So is that the Day of the Dead? Is that the day he dies? Or does he rise that day and go down on the 7th of the full moon? It's just more interesting stuff to look at. If you look at Trump at December 9th. Okay. Anyway. 279.37 with the hours. Good stuff, though. I like this Reggie Jackson. take. It's good stuff. The book of Numbers, since we deal in numbers, the book of Numbers, there's 1288 verses in the book of Numbers. So it's a 128 fused with the 88. Earl died on day 128. But you really have 12 the church and 88 for Trump, Candy's second marriage, so on and so forth. Again, the number that just never dies. These verses are divided up in its 36 chapters, which is a triangular number of 666. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. We did the grid. Your comments. Christian had something. What I mean is to flee Babylon. Complete destruction comes to Babylon. Chaos through the earth for sure, but Babylon specifically goes down, down, down. Well, you've got Mystery Babylon, that is the earth. This whole earth is run by and of Mystery Babylon. Satan is the prince of this world, so your whole world is Mystery Babylon. When you get into Revelation, and Joe, I would love for you to go through my TS Daily Bible Studies and go through my Revelation study. Click playlist, 7th Revelation study. You gotta love it. All right, everybody, how's it going? Hey, it's going great. How's it going with you? And what we've uncovered, probably 5 or 6 for Revelation Bible studies ago, because I go back and forth between Daniel and Revelation, is the great city of Babylon is Israel. The great city is mentioned throughout the book of Revelation. But at one point, it tells you where it is. Their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. And it's ground zero, of course, because that's God's precious land. So on this bastardized earth where Jesus was killed, it is now ground zero for the Antichrist to perform the abomination of desolation. So it's ground zero for Satan because it's where Jesus was killed and where he will show himself off to be God through the Antichrist. So the great city, and then it is destroyed, and God puts it in their hearts to destroy the great city at the very end because the Lord wants it. You think the Lord likes that area now? It's where he was crucified in the flesh and where the Antichrist declared himself to be God. So he wants it destroyed. It is destroyed, and they're more than happy to destroy it because it's God's fertile ground. So they think they're doing God a disservice, but God's just having them do his service, going through a little cleansing process, destroying everything that was there. But then the whole earth through the God's wrath starts to get cleansed anyway. But that's what the 7s are for. 7s are for cleansing. That's why you got the church divided into 7 letters. And then the 7 trumpets, 7 bowl, the judgment. So then God is cleansing the earth. So 7 is all about cleansing per 2 Kings 5:14, where the man was told to dip himself 7 times in the river Jordan and his flesh became clean. 7 is for cleaning, cleansing. So the church is about to get cleansed. That's the 7 candlesticks, the church divided by 7. But specific, go back to Revelation 11:8, the dead bodies lying in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. So you go back, well, that's all people always try to figure out these two witnesses, and they're repped by two candlesticks. So it tells you it's just a church now divided into two, because twice in Revelation we refer to as kings and priests. So the two witnesses are the church as kings and priests. So yeah, Joe, I want you to go through and read that, man. Gain that knowledge, my friend. We're so glad Joe is here. He's on my Facebook. He's here active with us. And he's just amazing. We're glad he's here. Christian, what does Christian say? If he doesn't go down by tomorrow, the 11th, which is now today, of course, what if the queen was a 7-day warning? It could be. September 8th plus 7 days takes us to the 15th. I'm super big on 14th, 15th. Something crazy happened to me, and it's actually relatable to what's going to happen to Trump. And I haven't told not one person this yet, not even Michael. And because it's just too crazy. And I don't really want it put out there on the Ethernet. But let's just say, as soon as it happened, I looked at the clock and it was 9:15. So does it go down on 9:14? And then the next step to look at the clock signifies the next day. So 14th and 15th coming up, big, huge, tremendous. And yeah, it's day 257 with 108 left. And I ran those numbers. I'll do it at the end. It's pretty interesting. If I'm not mistaken, We Seek and We Find has always been talking about this 519, and it's a reversal on that day. If you take 9:15 and he rises on the third day, it would be 9:17 actually. Because rising on the third day is adding 2 days. Remember, Jesus dies on Friday, rises on Sunday. The day Jesus dies is counted as day one. 1 minute of a day to the Jew is a day. That's why they say rose on the third day. It really means, though, mathematically add 2. So if he does go down the 14th, he rises on the 16th. If he goes down the 15th, he rises on the 17th. And if you notice, the dark night was 7:18, and then the dark night rises was 7:20, 2 days later, the 18th to the 20th. Queens, New York is 7:18. Yeah, I like that. So what about he dies on the 16th and rises on 7:18, or goes down on 7:18? What Christian's bringing to us just opens up a whole can of worms. I was looking at 9/5 because of my birthday, 2/24/1981, 9/50/88. Are you kidding me? So Christian's got the 88 in his number, and Michael's born on the Abomination of Desolation Day, and I'm born on Adam Day. Like, we all have these numbers that relate to Trump one way or another because he's the Black Adam and all that. So Christian is 2/24 what? 2/24/81. Are you just a youngster, aren't you? You're 41. All right, so nine 5088. I like it. And yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's good. I like it. And good stuff, man. All right. Anyway, thanks for sharing that. I was looking at 9/5 because of my birthday and all that. And that's what, November 5th. Yep. November 5th. Now, my Mayday friend and I became really, I would say, at being closest friends Hey, it's 3:43, y'all, on 9/11. We were talking about that, weren't we? My Mayday friend and I participated in something that really bonded big on 11/5 and 11/6. 11/6 because of the 11/5. And 2 days later this year is a total lunar. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. And my numbers, you know, the 8, 2, 36, 2, which we know the next progression of that is 666 because 8 is a triangular number of 36 and 36 is a triangular number of 666. So November 6th will be big when the time comes. Better believe it. November 5th, November 6th. Big, 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 big. Oh man, thank you for that, Christian. 7/7 earthquake, New Guinea, possible tsunami. Earthquake in Switzerland. Oh boy. The drum beats are drumming, aren't they? Yeah, and I removed my videos where I started going nuts. Where I was all in on the I was just ashamed of them. Fallen angels just beat me down. So I took them out where I was really looking hard at 9-9. Just took them out. There's no shame in my game. I'll just tell you I removed them. I don't care. Crown them hits on 9/11. Anyway, if we look at that 9/14, I did run some numbers. I think it was Trump, but it's 10 days, 108 days left in the year. It is day 257. That's the full. I think if I times it by Trump, whoops, sorry. So Trump times that day, times 108. It did give him, so Trump times 108 days left, so it's a future tense scenario. Trump's number is 163464. Well, it ends in 464. Again, if you go Trump times 108, future tense for the 14th times 2022, you get right in the middle, 66th book of the Bible, Revelation, followed by the 144,000, followed by Trump's 60, well, a fusion really, 464. And since that's my next wife number, is that me being the wife, the bride of Christ? In other words, do I not marry anybody? I'm just a bride of Christ in hope of. That'd be great, right? So it was just interesting. 9 times 14 times 2022 times Trump. Again with a 64. Times day 257. Something else I looked at that made me think about 9/14. Go back to my divorce date. 2009, Groundhog Day, right? Well, she and I times that year were 9/14. So when the 88 got 86 in 2009, the first 3 digits of she and I, you know, the mathematical anomaly that's crazy and off the charts. In 2009, you do have the 914. So that was another reason to take a look at it. That's all. And the last time we fornicated, also 2010, a year and 3 or 4 months later. Also, that year began with 914. So 914 is kind of big. What is that? The 12th is Monday. So it's Wednesday of Adam's family fame. That's all. That's all it is. It's no big deal. I'm not freaking out like I was about 9/9. Him rising on 9/11 was too perfect because of 7/11. It was just too perfect. But all my jets are cooled now. I don't think I'll be getting big on anything like that after experiencing it. I know Michael's the same way. We're not hearing from Michael a lot right now. He texts me. His family's back. We're not talking a lot right now. I think he's just kind of like numb from, but notice how he picked up on the Queen. The Queen's death, how it bounced right off of March 11th. So this new ciphering system that he's got it's flawless. But it's, you're still playing 3-dimensional chess with fallen angels. And we're going to get smashed every time doing that. Because they knew we'd be doing this. Like I've told you, they see the future. They know the future. They're fallen angels. They're outside of this realm of time and space. And I knew that back in 2012, 2013, that fallen angels, demons, that's why they get into fortune telling people's fortunes. And people are like, it happened a year later. I'm telling you, it happened. It's like, well, yeah. They'll suck people in with that. Goats. And I think they've been able to predict the future perfectly to the humans that are the shot callers at the human realm. So the humans have been impressed, but then they've got a trick in there, how they're going to win, and that won't happen. Ay, ay, ay. You go back to second wife and I's combined number. We're running out of things, aren't we? We have October 10th, but see, I don't look at things backwards. It's October 2nd backwards, 2001, oddly. But left, we have the 11-2 combination with the 11-27 combination. So November 2nd, November 27th. And that's really about it. As far as getting any dates right from that number. It does have the 2001 on it though, which is, oh, we got September 20th also. Okay. So we got September 20th coming up. What is that, on a Tuesday, Wednesday? Well, it's on a Tuesday. So we'll be looking at that when the time comes. Sure, why not? But y'all know I'm kind of bigger on September 30th when Vesper comes out, and how all my numbers come to that 9307872 and 3078, which is part of that number, is my stepdaughter's number perfectly divided by 37. So the 30th of September is a big, big day for me. It's probably my next biggest date, which has meant nothing so far. But I was really big on 9/9 because of him rising on 9/11. But, you know what? If he rises on October 2nd, then that's what that date's always been about. And in the movie Donnie Darko, he rose on October 2nd. Remember, that's a kind of a replica, the way Donnie had two different situations going in the movie, dying and living. Well, who does that? That's, well, the twin Trumps do. So Donnie rose on October 2nd in Donnie Darko on the golf course. He woke up and was told in 28 days, that's the day the world will end. Well, if he goes down on the 30th and rises on the 2nd, in I Pet Goat, where you get that gigantic explosion, that might be the 28 days later. So I can now surmise that 28 days later is what's going to happen on this earth 28 days after he rises, or 30 days after he dies. You know, the fake death. 30 days. Because his rising, Donnie was alive when it was written on his arm in 28 days. Now those numbers all added up to 88. October is going to be a fascinating month. Now, another thing I thought about was 9/11 took place in September. Donnie Darko took place in October. Does the real event take place in November? And we do have a total lunar in November. So that's another way to look at things. And November is the 9th month, so there's 9/11. And he can go down on 9/11. Couldn't he? Now, I did also think about on 11/6, how that's 2 days before the total lunar that he could potentially rise through. Now, that moon he rose through was not a blood red moon, but, or a total lunar, I don't think. But total lunars are only red just for a few hours. It's still a full moon many hours before and after. But it is day 310 on the 6th. 310 to Yuma was a big movie with Christian Bale. So the 310th day of the year, which is a big day for me, it's November 6th, which is 66. 11 times 6 is 66. And it would have Trump rising on the 3rd day on a total lunar, which is when he was born. He was born on a total lunar. Is he born again on a total lunar? So I would say, the way I'm looking at things, you know, September 30th, gigantic. The 14th coming up is no slouch. 20th, 25th, my Mayday friend is 9925, working 9 tough 5, 925. Dolly Parton. November 30th. Okay, October 2nd. But then big on October 7th. Every Friday in October is automatically big, but October is just full of all kind of dates to me. The Gateway Arch, all of that, but they'll probably amount to nothing. Then you get into Day of the Dead, New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve blower and I Pet Goat. It's the Celtic New Year at Halloween and all that. But then if nothing keeps happening, big focus on that 6th, 310th day, 310 to Yuma. It's 55 days left. And when you do that by the future tenth, it's 55 days left on the 310 day, okay, on November 6th. And future tenths, 55 days left. When you multiply 55 times 2022, you get the 121 for Antichrist, 121 for May Day. May Day is on the 121st day of the year. And it's fused with a 111. Well, that's what 9/11 was. 9/11 in 2001 was 101 days left in the year. So its future tense came to 222 coding with the 21, with the 111 coding, and you have the 21 with the 111 on that future tense with 55 days left times 2022. You have the 21 and the 111 coding, but you also have the church for the 12. So it's very interesting. This November 6th. That's the full-on number. 270. October 2nd is the 275th day of the year, and there's a 66. Right dead in the middle is the 53. Big number. That was Herbie's number. The Volkswagen, Herbie, was number 53. My third marriage number, but it's 153 fish. It's just a big day. November 6th is, that's big day, man. It's big, 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 big. What day is that? November 2022 calendar.
Here are some pictures that.
Can y'all tell I'm no caffeine? I'm just like, today's been a day of just rest, so will tomorrow. So it's back on a Sunday again, just like October 2nd is. It's not a high day for me. Fridays always are, but he would rise on till Tuesday. Just wait till Tuesday. He'll rise. That's probably what till Tuesday means. And he probably does go down on a Sunday, because what does till Tuesday mean? Hey, Trump's dead. Yeah, but wait till Tuesday. He will rise. And then Wednesday is the train wreck. Adam's family. So the day after he rises, kaboom. I don't know. Is that World War III taking off in earnest? Is that what the whole Antichrist thing is when the bomb goes off? Is the day after he rises? Or the day of his rising? But just to make it fit for us, that would be 9/11 or 11/9. That you would get the kaboom on the Wednesday, the train wreck, the Adams family, Wednesday. Rises on till Tuesday, goes down on Sunday, November 6th. Maybe there's a rally on the 5th and he's hit and he dies on the 6th. So anyway, love you very much.